Hi, I'm Doug Life.
Hi, I'm Rosie Laurenti.
I'm Billy Horn, and we are Fusebomb Films.
We're hoping that we can convince you to support an ambitious series of upcoming projects.
Fusebomb was originally started as a micro-label to promote and distribute our band, Billy Draws 2.
We've had several releases of various genres, from rock to acoustic to soundtracks.
Then we moved on to theater, independently producing several never-before-seen rock musicals.
Which we did everything from writing to designing and building the props, sets, and instruments.
Eventually, we moved on to film.
After years of learning the ropes of the industry by acting for and working with professional movie studios,
and cutting our teeth filming things like music videos and fan films.
we spent 14 days in the summer of 2012 filming our first feature film.
An ambitious project called Regulators. Which we've released episodically as a web series and has a steadily growing fan base.
Now we're getting to what we'd like to talk to you about today.
Regulators taught us several things. One of the most important things that we learned, though, was that we are very good at producing quality work for very little money. Regulators was filmed on a budget that professional movie studios would consider laughable.
We know this because when we tell them how much we spent, they literally laugh at us.
What we'd like to do is film 4 projects over the next year and a half, and very similar to what we did with Regulators, we would release these projects episodically as web series. We know what we can do with how much we have, and what we're asking from you is $12,000.
With this money, we can overcome the things that held us back with past projects by hiring dedicated crews, actors, and special effects people.
With your help, we can make these projects outstanding and hopefully raise the bar for what entertainment on the internet can be. The first project is called Knights Elite, a dark American tokusatsu series.
This is Power Rangers, for grown-ups.
It's a series about living in a world where a battle between good and evil has devastated the planet, as both sides struggle to rebuild their forces and the normal people struggle to live their lives.
What we see is that this war had casualties, and we know that with the style of writing in our shows, that none of these characters are safe, and you're rooting for them and what they're fighting for.
Knights Elite is scheduled to film this August and September and air in 2014.
Our next project is the second season of our current series, Regulators.
Regulators 2, or Regulators Season 2, takes place 5 years before the events of Season 1 and features an all-new cast plus several returning characters.
Returning characters 5 years in the past, so we get to see these people in different situations. Some of them are just meeting each other for the first time. Some of them are very much the characters that we fell in love with in Season 1. And some characters are unrecognizable to the characters from Season 1. And we get to see the events that made them into the characters that they became.
For those unfamiliar with the world of Regulators, it's a Wild West science fiction action comedy thriller.
We would say steampunk, but I like Doug's description better.
Season 2 of Regulators films in October and will be released in 2014.
Our third project is a musical. Yes, I'm serious.
Legacy is a rock musical that follows the lives of 3 siblings who just happen to be the children of the world's greatest rock star.
This is a show we have independently produced on stage several times. And by bringing it to film, we are able to explore things that we could only hint at on stage or sometimes not address at all. The stage show is done by a cast of 3. The film, we can expand that and make it bigger to add weight to this very powerful and very human story. We would film in spring of 2014 and release in early 2015.
Lastly is RPG.
RPG is a love letter to all of those nerdy things that we embrace.
RPG began life as a stage show that I was fortunate enough to have performed in New York City in 2006. It has not been performed since, with the exception of a failed web series. What we would like to do is a complete reboot of the series, with a script that sticks closer to the original stage show's most currently revised edition.
It follows the story of a man who returns to his hometown after a 10-year absence to open a comic book store.
It's a comedy that has very sincere and heartbreaking moments, and like all of the projects that we've mentioned here, deserves an audience. We would film December of 2013 and release late 2014, early 2015.
Now let's talk about swag. We want to make sure you guys are taken care of. Things you can get from contributing to Fusebomb Films include signed posters, signed scripts, trading card games, producer credits, walk-on rolls, soundtracks and CDs from the Fusebomb catalog, props from the films, t-shirts, and original prints by Fusebomb artistic director Doug Life.
We're very excited to add that jewelry designer Shalat Lilly will be donating a piece to Knights Elite. This piece will be worn on screen. And jewelry designer Mora Designs will be donating a piece to Regulators 2, which will also appear on screen. These high-value jewelry pieces will be raffled off to 2 lucky contributors. The way it works is that every $20 you pledge is another time your name goes into the hat. The more you pledge, the higher your chances. The winners will be picked and announced in a video when the campaign has ended. Please go to the links and see the wonderful work these talented women have done, and good luck in winning some fabulous original jewelry. And so I invite you to click on the links and see the quality of work that we've put out in music, theater, and film for no money. And I urge you to contribute and help us make these projects as amazing as they can be. I hope you'll check us out and become a part of the Fusebomb team. Thank you.